Sanātana Dharma, Hinduism, Chapter 6, Conclusion. Why are there so many sects? The diversity of sects in Hinduism arises not from contradiction but from different metaphysical interpretations, different psychological temperaments, different spiritual methods, different levels of philosophical abstraction. Some are inclined toward devotion, some toward disciplined ritual, some toward philosophical inquiry. Hinduism accommodates them all. The plurality of sects is an acknowledgement that human minds are diverse and so are their spiritual journeys. I would like to share a beautiful analogy given by Swami Tadatmananda of Arshabodha Center, comparing these three philosophical frameworks. There were three men walking by the side of the beach, observing the ocean and the beautiful waves. The first person says, "See the vastness of the ocean. See how each wave that rises from the ocean are unique on their own. And see how these waves depend on the ocean to rise and collapse." The second person says, "Yes, I understand your viewpoint. But if you notice, each wave rises from the ocean, lives in the ocean, and merges into the ocean. And see how we cannot remove waves outside the ocean, for the waves are part and parcel of the ocean." Both these men turn to the third person, expecting to hear what he observes. Finally, the third person smilingly says, "What waves? What ocean? I do not see them. All I see is water." In this story, the first person's viewpoint is like Dvaita. The second person's is like Vishishtadvaita. And the third person's perspective is like Advaita. At first glance, these philosophical systems may appear complex and even contradictory. For a beginner, the task of understanding them, let alone choosing one, can seem overwhelming. The disagreements among the schools may create the impression that none offers a completely satisfactory explanation. However, with thoughtful reflection, this confusion gradually subsides. At the practical level of daily life, the differences between these philosophies do not affect how one ought to live. Despite their metaphysical distinctions, they share a substantial common ground. There is consensus on essential principles, the importance of dharma, the pursuit of knowledge, and the ultimate goal of liberation, moksha. There is no contradiction among them regarding what constitutes right conduct and what constitutes wrongdoing. The ethical framework remains consistent. In that sense, the path of disciplined living through dharma, karma, bhakti, and jnana is fundamentally aligned across these traditions. The divergence arises only in their interpretation of the highest metaphysical state attained upon liberation. Therefore, rather than being paralyzed by philosophical distinctions, one should commit to living a life of dharma as prescribed in the scriptures. Under the guidance of a competent guru, one performs their duties with sincerity and devotion, leaving the ultimate realization to unfold through divine grace. Om Tat Sat.